This question's for Randy. Randy, did you want to use your hand speed and get ahead of Coleman and that way set up the push from on the cage and then the takedown from there? Is that kind of how you saw the fight going?
Those were all areas that we trained to try and use that distance, keep him at the end of those punches, make him try and get through that jab to get to that double leg. We knew going in, Mark's style hasn't changed a lot in a long time, and he's going to try and find a way to put you on your back. That's where he's strongest. That's where he wins a lot of his fights. So I wanted to make that difficult for him. I felt like if I got into the clinch, I would have a distinct advantage with the Greco background that I have, and it paid off. We took a lot out of him in those positions, and once we hit the ground, Neil had me headhunting the last two camps really, and so when we hit the ground, ended up right in the mount, and he went to turtle position right away and gave me his back, and fell right into the choke.
What is next for you, and how tough was the weight cut this time?
The weight cut wasn't difficult at all. I cut about 8 pounds of water on Friday. I came off in about 55 minutes, came off pretty quickly, and rolled into weigh-ins. So I lost about 10 in Manchester for the Vera fight, and I came off in about 70 minutes. It came off real fast too. So making 205 is not a huge issue for me. I'm walking around at 217, 218. Just quit trying to keep it up over 220. So it felt good. I don't know what's next. We'll see. Dana will probably call me tomorrow and say, "Hey, you want to fight next week?"
I guarantee it. I'll go with you. How happy could you be with the performance you had today?
Oh, I was very happy. Everything went, couldn't have mapped it out better. I had a great, the last few camps have been fantastic. This camp was great. Everybody wanted to talk about Mark and expected that it wasn't going to go well for him, but I can't afford to overlook anybody. I took Mark very, very seriously. I see him as a dangerous guy. And I took it, our camp was very good. We put in a lot of time, we prepared for worst case scenario on up, and I'm going to do that every single time I step out there. So I'm very happy to get the submission win, and been feeling great on the ground. My stand-up with Gil has been phenomenal. I think back-to-back camps, 3 camps in a row, has been really, really productive. Like technically on the ground and on my feet, everything's compounded by having those camps that way. So it's been great.
Did you feel your age today, or did you feel a lot younger today?
I don't know, what are you supposed to feel like at 46? I have no idea.
You're supposed to get up like
I'm
really
having
slow.
fun, I'm still smiling,
Good.
and I enjoy going to the gym and training and learning new stuff, and just going to keep putting myself out there.
You're supposed to feel how I feel at 40, you freak. And just to build on what he said, I've been saying this through this whole fight, Coleman's no joke. He went out and walked right through Coleman tonight. Coleman looked awesome against Bonner. He looked awesome against Shogun. And again, this guy getting totally disrespected by everybody. He's one of the best light heavyweights in the world right now. He's only lost twice at this weight category. Yeah, keep laughing. I'm telling you, everybody that was chirping and talking shit, he's one of the best light heavyweights in the world, period. He proved it again tonight.
Okay. What's your plans as far as Randy? I mean, do you expect Randy against the winner of the Machida and Shogun fight?
I don't know. We got to go back. Like I said, I personally think this guy is one of the best light heavyweights in the world. He's in the mix. He's in the mix with the top 5 who can fight any of those guys at any time. It's just going to be a matter of timing now. All the stuff that we just went through the last couple of months, all these guys are healthy now. We're going to get some fights out of the way, some things some business that needs to be handled in the heavyweight division, get some of this light heavyweight business handled, with Rashad and Rampage and all these other guys, get the Machida Hua fight done, and then Randy's right in the mix. So,
Randy, would you have any interest in going back to heavyweight against Lesnar, or you just say nah, not anymore?
Yeah, it's not that I wouldn't be interested in it. I mean, I've not really been one to turn down too many fights. If they came to me and thought that made sense and that's what they wanted me to do, I would probably seriously consider it. More than likely, you'd see me do that. I felt like that fight was going my way, and I think I have the tools and the things I need to beat him if it came to that. I'm enjoying training and competing against guys my own size, to be frank. The trend in the heavyweight division is these guys are not just big individuals, they're damn good fighters. And all other things being equal, and we give away 30, 40, 50 pounds to somebody, it's a pretty disparaging difference. So I'm having fun playing around and banging with the 205 pounders right now.
Yeah, this is for Randy. Randy, you've said recently that you realize that at your age you have a finite amount of time left in the sport. The pace you've been fighting at, does that play into why you've been fighting so frequently as far as you want to get in those fights? And there's still a lot of good fights left for you, and is it a matter of you want to get those in before your time, your clock says?
I really had nothing to do with it. I wasn't pushing UFC, say, hey, I want to fight again, I want to fight again. I think the situation and the circumstances were what they were, the opportunities presented themselves, and I was more than happy to step up and compete again. And I've been healthy outside of a few stitches in the last 2 fights. I really haven't had any issues. The training camps have been good, shortened the camps up because of the quicker turnarounds, which I now see as a real positive. I like the shorter camps, and I like being as active as I've been. I haven't done it since, geez, I think 03. Since it's Chuck and then turned right around and fought Tito again. So I like being active, but I haven't placed any limits on myself. I'm a rational, realistic guy. I know that sooner or later I'm going to have to find something else to do. But right now I'm getting better. I'm physically holding up. I'm meeting all the benchmarks I've set for myself, both in training and in competition. So just keep plugging away and having fun.
We've been saying that since he was 37.
I wrote them out more than once myself, so I've eaten my words a lot. As far as that goes, if you can stay healthy, do you want to maintain that pace then and keep, since you say it seems to be working well for you, do you want to maintain a pace of fighting more frequently?
Again, it just depends on, there's, as Dana said, they got a lot of business and a lot of things to clean up in both the heavyweight and light heavyweight divisions because of all the injuries and getting guys back healthy again and back on the cards. I'm going to entertain those calls when they come in and honestly evaluate the opportunities as they come. And if it's sooner rather than later, that's certainly fine by me. But if it's later, that's all right too.
Thank you. Apologies.
Did you, for both of you, did you kind of feel before the fight, or maybe some of the buzz behind the scene was kind of a Greco versus freestyle thing? Because from the freestyle side, they didn't have a lot of nice things to say about the Greco side.
Yeah, I didn't plug into any of that. So I guess I missed some dialogue here that I didn't hear any about this stuff. So
should I explain or not?
Wrestling is a small community, and
yeah. There's
always been a small rivalry between the Greco guys and the leg grabbers and damn freestylers. But Mark and I are a long ways away from being plugged into that world, so I don't think any of that rivalry really carried over. I certainly didn't put it in that perspective. I took Mark very seriously for a lot of reasons. I've seen him fight. He was one of the guys that I saw that motivated me to even try this sport, 12 or 13 years ago. So he was one of the first wrestlers that broke in and was really successful in mixed martial arts. And, kind of invented ground and pound. So I looked at all those things that really didn't have anything to do with wrestling, even though we competed once and he beat me. It wasn't something that I've been carrying around with me all this time.